everybody. Clearing. Okay, so today we're going to dive into what divine guidance we can get for the twins and see what comes out. Let's start there, and then I'm going to do a daily reading with both divine feminine and divine masculine and see where each are thinking, feeling, wishing on the connection. So let's start though in the union space. What is it, divine creator, that we can see regarding the journey at this time? What is an important energy to focus on? Well, we got two. I'm going to do divine masculine on this side, divine femme on that side, because they just fell on the pre-shuffled piles. So divine masculine is getting the card of journey. So the exchange, transference, and the journey. And divine feminine is getting intention, mental breakthroughs, and ideas. Dimensional planes of perception, number 4. So divine feminines, you are, I want to say, preoccupied with some sort of personal aha moment, some kind of a breakthrough that you're having. We're going to get some information on that. And divine masculines, something about the journey is very much in your conscious awareness right now. So let's go into divine femmes first. What can we see for mental breakthroughs, ideas, intentions? Divine creator for the divine feminines. Okay, a card fell over onto the masculines. Autonomy. So we're getting codependency. It's in the reverse. Divine femmes, you're going to have a breakthrough. If you still are clinging, if you are energetically chasing, if you haven't let go of the person, forgiven your person for being human, for having shortcomings, for not treating you the way you want them to treat you, you have to completely release. You know, this is the sacrifice. It's the completely letting go and trusting that if it's meant to come back, it surely will. But you have to let go and step into your own sovereignty. When this card is in the upright, there is abundance unlocked in a self-sustaining, self-realized motion. And right now, divine femmes, you're being asked to go and layer even deeper with letting go of the person that is your DM. I'm actually feeling to pull a tiny bit more information on that because there's a bit more to it. So how can the DFs see releasing their DM even further right now? What is the energy? Yeah, it has to do with third-party situations. The 3 of Swords here. Actually, it's the 3 of Cups in this deck, pardon me. But it is letting go of, even the friendship, letting go of any kind of resentment for there not being communication. Really feeling to say, divine feminines, if you're not getting communication, if your DM has friend zoned you, if you have been rejected or dismissed by your DM, if they don't have the ability to show up for you right now, really understand it's not your worthiness in question. I don't know how each will get that through to the core, but it's not your worthiness. I guess the last message I want to say with that is, you know, people are responsible for how they conduct themselves and how they treat others. And there is no reason that your DM and you should not be friends, even if a relationship, romantic relationship, is not desired by both. If people are in balanced, healthy, whole expression, there doesn't need to be any kind of energies of avoidance, dismissive stuff, defensiveness. There doesn't have to be any of that. So if someone is approaching a situation in those terms, they are not healed. If your DM or yourself have been navigating that way, it's time to just totally surrender that, DFs, on every level. And it can be subtle. It can be very, very, very subtle. Okay, let's get a message now for the divine masculines who are getting the card of the journey. I'm hearing they're catching stride. They're understanding the cycles. I want to also say that DMs don't often go to tarot readings like this. They don't talk about the journey with their friends. They're even less likely, in my observation, to find a tribe to help them navigate this. Some may, but in general, they're like a lone wolf. They like to go it alone. They like to figure it out, be capable, but that also adds to the pace of the DM processing, because there's such a focus on the 3D world. There's such a focus on holding down the fort, is what I'm getting, that it's slower. The healing is a little bit less likely to be prioritized in lieu of the demands of life. So let's see, divine masculines, however, watching what we can get here for, oh, these just fell into my hand. So this is my card of blocked vision or crossroads. In the reverse, I love to interpret this as seeing love versus fear and going in the loving direction. So there is sort of like a yes energy, embarking on the next cycle of the journey with more of a free will vote of confidence in, yep, okay, I'm ready to see what the next process in this will do to me. It's like saying yes to go in the direction of growth, yes to grow in the direction of connectivity, of unity consciousness, and of the destined path. So divine masculines have taken a small step in the direction of love on this journey. Wow, I just heard it's a matter of time before they can be more publicly open about your connection, divine feminine. They are really looking at the pros and cons of holding back or growing at this time. So divine masculines, keep on that edge, keep on that, I just heard exhilarating cutting edge of your own development. Keep learning. I heard lifelong learning. So for some, you might be interested to expand your awareness of certain things. It does seem like it's the time to do so. There's some added something or other that you can, I heard, put on your plate at this time that's going to be just that little bit more loving, just that little bit more destiny, personal destined becoming kind of energy. So if you've been curious about gathering information in a certain subject, topic, genre, go for it. Push the envelope, DMs, but do the inner work to know why, so that you have an intrinsic motivation, because there seems to be just a little bit more sure-footed confidence to be gained before this can be in the broad daylight, fully realized, common knowledge, totally open, transformed. But that does speak of the journey. It's a process. So there's something that the DMs have said yes to that will propel them on a new trajectory here on the journey. Wow. Okay, so let's get into the daily energy read here. I've got 4 decks to shuffle. Thank you, Divine Creator, for bringing through exactly what we need to see for the DM collective and the Divine Feminine collective. What is it that the Divine Masculines are thinking about the connection? How are they feeling for their Divine Feminine on the heart space? How are they wishing? What actions are being taken? And same for the Divine Feminines, as well as what blockages or challenges are coming up at this time. What is the spirit guided solution for each divine counterpart? And where are the energies going? I have opened up more readings, everybody, and I'm going to open up the rest of October soon. I think I'm into the 3rd week of October, or maybe slightly sooner than that. But have a look if you've been wanting a session. I forgot to announce it yesterday that I opened that. And there are some spaces. If the time zone just does not work for you, can you message me in the comments and we'll work something out? Because I'm feeling like there's some time zone people in time zones that don't easily access my particular schedule. I've got a few spots available for different times of day over the next 2 weeks. Okay, here we go. So what is it that we can see for how each twin is thinking about the connection? Wow, I just heard that the divine masculines are suddenly aware that their divine feminine might be getting away. Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is the divine feminine card for me, one of them. Of all the queens, this is the one that is the soul-driven, passionate manifestation guru who is navigating life. In the reverse, there's this Tower moment. Oh shoot, where did my divine feminine go? Oh shoot, that's my divine feminine. I have been getting it wrong. Oh gosh, this is like a panic moment for the DMs, because suddenly they're like, I didn't see who this was to me. I didn't see this. Wow, I didn't realize, I didn't recognize, I didn't understand this. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Whoa, it's not a joke. Whoa, it is not a joke. Let me repeat, it's not a joke. Divine masculine's worldview just radically shifted. They went, oh shoot, I didn't see who this was to me. Whew, okay. Divine feminines making changes. Here you are, turtling away. Turtle speed over there. Divine feminines making the changes one by one to eliminate the binding, to remove yourself from the obsession or the criticism that this would be an obsessive motion for you, removing yourself from faulty belief structures, one thought at a time. Divine feminines, you are navigating this connection one thought at a time and removing yourself from the illusion, from the binding, from the conditionality, from the have-tos. There are no have-tos. Free will is all free will. There are no binding conditions. And so divine feminines are removing themselves one thought at a time, choosing to have a cosmic view of love that witnesses the scenario playing out, even in the twin journey, from a greater vantage point, and systematically challenging every belief that says you have to end up in union. I'm not saying you won't end up in union. I'm just saying the have-tos, that binding attribute that says that people need to conform to an expectation. And the twin journey does bring that up, because labels will do that to us, or have the temptation to do that to us. I want to say that I do believe in twin flame level connectivity between divine counterparts. I do hesitate to use the term twin flame because of this very entrapment energy that makes it difficult to release and let go and let it unfold naturally, because we think that it's owed in some way, or that it's a must, a have to. So divine feminines, keep releasing that have to energy and come back into the abundance where all things are possible. It's even possible that a soulmate will come in for you, divine feminines, that will be a much more gratifying and love-filled experience than you could have with your twin at this point. I personally believe that our twin at the end of the day is going to be the last one standing, and we are going to see how it has all made sense. But in the meantime, who are we to see? Who are we to say what lessons, what configurations of interactions and timing is appropriate to actually learn all of the lessons for each counterpart? So, you know, it's like we have an energetic accountability buddy with our twin above all others, because, you know, we are all connected, and anybody that we relate to in any shape or form is sort of an energetic bumper boat for us, putting us on the right direction, works together with our own divine guidance. But divine feminines, you're letting go of the binding of having to put these regulations and conditions on your twin journey. Freedom. Okay. What is the heart space for the divine masculines? Yeah, deep contemplation. Look at all these pentacles. This is the contemplation, the investment, the waiting, and opening the heart. So divine masculines, this is giving me, actually the Fool card just popped into my mind. There's a leap of faith being maneuvered towards. There's like this inner contemplation about the investment that's been put into this connection so far, about how it's not at ground zero, even if you're at a distance in some emotional, mental, physical way. The divine masculines know, I just was told that this equals an 11, that you are more than a 10 out of 10, divine feminine. This relationship is more than a 10 out of 10. But there have been things along the way that are blessings in disguise about why it hasn't fully realized yet. And this is core stuff, real core stuff that can be made manifest in the physical. We often talk about the divine masculines having a mask. This is the real them materializing behind the mask, and then the mask dissolving is the feeling it's giving me here. It's the deep inner work that allows for the great reveal gradually behind the scenes. On the heart space for divine feminines, we have unconditional love and enlightenment coming out. The sun, they're both in the reverse though. So this is your own epiphanies, your own inner work, your own deep heart work. Right now, divine feminines, there is a silent becoming. There does seem to be a pause in these connections right now where both are truly introverted and looking at the effects of conscious evolution in our own lives. Deep, deep heart work here for both. I just keep hearing the word epiphanies, independent, individual epiphanies, aha moments, confirmations. And these might not be the bliss-filled click your heels version. These might be the like the sage, like yes. It's like very sage-like wisdom here. Okay, what are the divine masculines wishing? Yeah, here's the Six of Wands from the first pull of cards. This is that public recognition, coming forward in broad daylight energy in the upright with you, Queen of Pentacles. This is partnership, home. So for some, they are wishing to be able to bring you into their life in a real way, a full-on living together, marriage, if that resonates. Publicly partnering with you is what I'm getting here. So yes, they do have this recognition, and I'm hearing for some that have been in substantial relationship, possibly lived together or dated or were married in the past, there is no place like home. There's a deep craving of the way you do it, the way you showed up, that they had not recognized in the past. The tower moment has happened. There's a real like, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. But here it's like confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. They like your style. They like you. You're not a cookie cutter, I just heard. You are the only one of you, of your kind, one of a kind, once in a lifetime. So they're seeing now how whatever it was that held them back from thinking that you were a good idea as a partner, they're now seeing that, I mean, I'm hearing, what was I thinking? They are absolutely ideal. What was wrong with me that I didn't see that this would exactly be the vibe, the feel, the partnership, the expression that would complement what I think I'm wanting in life. Yeah, I just heard hysterical laughing. Like some are like laughing like hyenas to see this. And just be baffled, mystified that they missed it before because of all of the insanity, the thoughts, the misaligned interpretations. This is incredible. Whoa. Okay, so what are we getting on the wish? In the wish department for the divine feminines. This is interesting because divine feminines are secretly wishing to have another lover. Literally. So super interesting. But divine feminines are talking to other lovers. They may or may not be thinking, this doesn't resonate for everyone, I'm sure, but the idea of, could I wait for my divine masculine forever, is being let go of. And that is one of the sticky thoughts, that divine feminines felt bound to their divine masculine with fidelity, even without commitment. The divine masculine or divine feminines have been loyal, have been monogamous, even without a commitment from divine masculine. They've been saving themselves in many cases, and this is literally cracking open that have to energy and now exploring or beginning to explore the idea of having another lover, maybe having more lovers, but at least hypothetically not feeling like it would be the worst thing. So don't feel guilty, divine feminines, if you are having sneaky thoughts about wanting to be loved and made love to, and exploring the physical with someone like that. Don't deny that aspect of yourself. You are a sacred sexual being and you deserve that. There are many gatekeeping energies and levels of perception that come in this alignment that either produce opportunities for this to happen in the 3D or not. So what I'm getting for divine femmes is pay attention to how the universe regulates these curiosities for you, because doors will close. When you're a conscious being, doors will close that aren't meant for you. Don't take it personally. Take stock in how you've learned to navigate your self-worth regarding the friend zoning or perceived rejections from your DM, and take it in stride as you go about looking at soulmate options or lover options. And do not allow yourself to disintegrate into emotionality about doors that close. That's one lesson I'm getting here for the divine feminines that are opening up to explore other sexual connections. And also your standards have raised, so it's not going to be just about a body or about sexual interaction. It's going to likely be a deeper connection and a true exploration of safety in intimacy and sexuality, sacred sexuality. So just keep on that. But divine masculines who might be watching, your divine feminines are really going into uncharted territory with, you know, not having to have you be the only one right now if you're not showing up. And I do want to say it is possible that some divine feminines will find a soulmate and move on with them. It's an interesting energy. Okay, what action are the masculines taking? Queen of Water and King of Swords. We've got the head and heart dueling here in the reverse again. This is the psychic intuitive, the love. This is the heart chakra embodied, and the analytical mind embodied, the King of Swords, both in the reverse. So there's a fence sitting, but not really. It's kind of like a 0 point where there's going to be a turnover. Head over heart was the norm. And now I'm seeing, as the King of Swords turns, intuition and heart-led expression is happening. So it's like a changing of the guards from head to heart-led. Beautiful. What are the Divine Feminines up to? Wow, there is temptation. So for a lot of Divine Feminines, the thought of or actual physical people have been coming in. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. So keep your balance. Again, don't be superstitious, Divine Feminines, about the choices or the thoughts of having choices coming to you right now. It is a necessary developmental curve for you to come into further integrity, I'm hearing. So have faith. Take heart, Divine Feminines. Don't be afraid at the thoughts you're thinking right now. Don't believe all of them to be true, but definitely stay with the edge of allowing yourself to explore the concepts of other options so that you can come into the trust of energy and the knowledge of compatibility so that you never have to be uncertain or afraid. Allow yourself the permission to explore open-heartedly all options. That doesn't mean you have to act on it, but explore it, at least theoretically right now. I just got a notification that my first session for the day is about to start, so I'm going to actually just pull one card of divine guidance for each and head out for that. Okay. Flexibility and adventure. I'm going to do it together, but flexibility fell on the Divine Feminines and adventure. Divine Masculines have never thought of this journey as their preferred adventure, but I'm getting that sense today that the Divine Masculines are indeed intrigued about the journey a little bit more than they were in the previous cycle, and they're coming back around to exploring what this journey is doing to them. Divine Feminines, you are learning flexibility, to drop your assumptions, to have a limber mind, the grand yoga, to see things in much more elastic terms and not so cut and dry. And what is courage? So everybody, take courage. This is truly a masterful process. All right, many blessings. Bye for now.